In the shadows of human history, certain individuals have risen with a formidable power, one that doesn't stem from wealth or traditional influence. Instead, it emanates from their very being, a charismatic authority so intense it can inspire both unwavering devotion and, tragically, profound despair. Today, we're journeying into the heart of the personality cult, unveiling the psychological underpinnings of charismatic leaders who helm these enigmatic organizations. At its core, a personality cult is a socio-psychological phenomenon where a singular leader garners intense devotion, often perceived as infallible or divine by their followers. This isn't merely respect or admiration, it's a profound psychological bond that overrides individual autonomy and critical reasoning. Charismatic leaders harness this bond using a blend of personal magnetism, claimed supernatural insight, or the promise of utopian ideals. But beyond the facade of unity and shared purpose lies a complex web of psychological manipulation. These leaders employ sophisticated techniques, from exploiting human vulnerabilities to distorted moral and ethical paradigms, ensuring their authority remains unchallenged. What drives an individual to seek such control? It often boils down to a potent mix of narcissism, grandiosity, and occasionally psychopathy. These traits, underpinned by a profound need for adulation and influence, become the engine of the cult's ethos. Narcissistic leaders view themselves as messianic figures destined for greatness, necessitating unwavering loyalty from their followers. Their grandiosity is bolstered by elaborate myths, sometimes self-created, sometimes instilled by the group, elevating them beyond mere mortals. Meanwhile, their traits facilitate from the consequences of their own manipulation. The playbook of a cult leader is finely refined. Initial recruitment often features love bombing, engulfing potential followers in warmth and acceptance, creating an addictive sense of belonging. As their influence solidifies, tactic shifts towards isolation. Severing ties with the external world reinforces the cult's narrative as the sole truth. Fear then becomes a principal tool, wielded with precision. It could manifest as the dread of an apocalyptic outcome, expulsion from the community, or tangible punishments for dissent. Control extends to identity itself, erasing previous selves in favor of a new existence wholly dependent on the group and its leader. The charisma that once inspired is the very essence that can spell disaster. When loyalty to a person supersedes the allegiance to ethical principles or even personal survival, the consequences can be dire. Historical tragedies of Jonestown or the Manson family highlight the dark climax of unchecked personality cults. In these narratives, we see the ultimate cost of blind devotion, shattered families, and a haunting legacy of manipulation. Breaking away from the grasp of a cult leader's influence is an arduous journey back to self. It necessitates confronting harsh truths, rebuilding one's identity from the ground up, and learning anew what autonomy means. Supportive therapy, combined with the resilience of the human spirit, offers a pathway out of the shadows. Ex members and those affected by cultic influence can find solace in shared experiences, emerging wiser and more vigilant against the seductive lure of personality cults. The study of cult leadership teaches us a grave lesson about the potency of charisma and the vulnerability of the human psyche to manipulation. While we reflect on these stories as cautionary tales, let them also empower us to champion individual thought, question authority, and protect our collective well being against those who would seek to control it for their own ends. Awareness and compassion are our best defenses against the insidious nature of these phenomena. If you or someone you know is navigating these challenges, reach out. Support is available.